Hello and welcome. My name is Trismegistus and this is Factorio. This is my Let's Just Play Factorio series, where I literally just play Factorio. No mods, completely vanilla, nothing special about it. It's intended as a kind of celebration of the early access period of Factorio. By the time it finishes, version 1 should be here, in theory. Okay, so last time we kind of added a load of stuff to our mall area, but we also went and, well, we killed some biters down here, and we set up this, which is our first oil output. The oil in question is being pumped up here. So what we need to do is start our oil refining process. Now, what I'm thinking is that we run the oil over here somehow. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it. One of the things I do think I should do is if I take this out and put it here instead. Then that creates a nice little gap. Put that there actually, so it's out of the way. A nice little gap for me to sort of run the pipes down. The only pipe I think I'm going to need, because of the changes they made to oil, I've not actually played since they made these changes. The basic oil processing only produces petroleum, and I think we'll be able to kind of get away with just using that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some oil refineries. I'm going to make 5 of them, and a whole bunch of chemical plants. When we do get advanced oil, I can put the additional sort of refinery stuff in here. Now what I'm going to do with these is put them one apart so that I can plop medium power poles along there. We want that there. We've got our large power pole here, so it should be okay. Let's get some light on the situation. And on that. And so this is basic oil processing, or the newest version of basic oil processing, which takes in oil and outputs petroleum, and that's all it does. It used to output all 3 of the petrol products. What they've also done is made it clear that this is where you put the oil in and this is where you put the water in. There always used to be this problem, and basically everyone had this problem, where you would set them up the wrong way around, because when you get advanced oil processing, it uses both petroleum and oil and water, and I certainly, and I think quite a lot of players, would get them mixed up, get them the wrong way around. So you'd end up with oil connected there, because you used to be able to put it in both sides, and you would connect that oil, and then you would try and switch it to advanced oil, and that was meant to be the water. So I like that change. Not quite as sold on this only outputting petroleum. So what I'm doing here is basically, eventually there will be 3 oil products, and I'm lining them up so that, because what we'll also do here, so eventually this will be water. And what you do in order to connect everything up is you basically have these normal pipes and underground pipes in this sort of arrangement, so that we can then connect. So this is petroleum here. Yeah, so this is our petroleum coming out. Might move myself a bit of slack. But I'll connect these up. Eventually we'll get, light oil and heavy oil as well. As I say, what I will probably do is make use of those over here in the hopefully lower quantities that it uses. But they're all now connected up, ready to go. So, what I'm going to do, I expect, I might put a pump on this, just to make sure it pushes it all down, really. Yeah, let's put a pump on it. It's probably unnecessary, but we'll just get one in. I do want some turrets. Where did my pump go? There's my pump. I'll put that there. The light. Is that covered? It's covered. Oh, it's covered twice. Yeah, so we will. So what I'm hoping is we can put a. I'm not actually going to run the pipe here. I'm going to run it. I'm not going to connect it. Let's move these out of the way. So I'm going to put the right angle because this might be wrong, and I don't want to. Because when you pick up pipes, you lose whatever fluid's in them. If you're wanting to keep the fluid, you have to do complicated things with tanks and all sorts, really. Oops, wrong place. Is that going to fit? It will, but we probably need a bit of extra pipe work in. So if I perhaps dogleg this, because I could have the pipe running down here, couldn't I? So if I slot it through this gap, so I want a sort of doubly pipe there, and one here, and then that needs to connect to that. That's that. Okay, so that gives us petroleum over here. Probably easier if I dogleg it up like that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down my... I'm going to need... Do I need more than 10? So, using our system from before, we need to work out how many blue science. We want 1 per second of blue science. Now, the crafting time is 24 seconds, but you get 2. So the effective crafting time is 12, which means we need 12 assemblers. It's a lot of assemblers. Things really start to ramp up. Oh, I'm not making assemblers, am I, in my mall area? I should do that. So I need plates, gears and circuits. Plates, gears and circuits. So I could just extend this and put it down the bottom. What I could do stack inserter size, because this gives bonuses to sort of things. I'm not the other thing I'm missing is inserters, but of course I'm making the inserters up here, so that's not too vital. Because I can handcraft the blue ones if and when I need them. They actually changed it. You used to not be able to... The type of machine affected what it could make. So recipes that required 3 or more ingredients actually needed the blue assemblers. But now you can make anything in anything. How many is that? So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. You see, we've suddenly ramped up production like bonkers, really. Okay, so to make blue science, we need red circuits, we need engine units, and we need sulphur. What are the sulphur is really easy to make. So I was there, and literally just requires water and petroleum gas. However, advanced circuits require both electric circuits, copper and plastic bars. Plastic bars we make from petroleum as well, requiring coal and petroleum gas. Obviously we've got coal on the bus there. What was the third thing we need now? Engine units, okay. So how many engine units does it need? 2 engine units. Oh, but that's for 2 science packs. So we need 1 engine unit to make 1. The 12 machines, that means we need 1 a second. So we need 1 engine unit every second. Wow. We need 1.5 advanced circuits a second, but only half a sulphur. Wow. Okay, that's quite a production challenge. I think we'll leave the machines there, but I'm kind of tempted not to be quite so fussed about being able to produce things at that sort of volume. So that is quite a production challenge it's given us there. So the simplest one is sulphur. So is sulphur made now in... Oh, it is made in chemical plants, okay. So what we can do... So a single chemical plant is going to take 1 second to craft 2 sulphur, and we only needed 1 a second, or half of 1 a second. So one single chemical plant is going to sort us out there, basically. Where should we put it? Let's put it there, and we'll put it on this belt. So this is our other one. We're going to need to bring in all of our other stuff. And so sulphur, and we want to connect both water, and so we need petroleum. That there. Same basic idea again, that we do this sort of braiding of the... Oh, as a stack insert is done. I should start working on something like batteries so that we can make accumulators. Help with our power production. I might be better just to send it in, so it frees up that space then a bit more. So what I could do, you see, is there's no... Oh, I didn't. Did I connect it up? It takes on... You see it's got the petroleum symbol on it. It's because it's connected to a pipe. They introduced a system to avoid contamination, but it puts the symbol on even if there's not actually anything in the pipe. Not sure about that. We need to get modules up and running as well. Modules are really useful, basically, but to do them we need red circuits, which is kind of what we're putting together at the moment, really. So this is only working sort of infrequently because you see the sulphur's backed up already. In fact, I might put a fast inserter on that because it produces it so quickly. Way faster than these actually need it, sort of thing. Which is fine. There's no problem with that. Okay, so what we're going to make first. We could take the opportunity, now that we've got this here, petroleum coming up, to make plastic. So if I make plastic here, then what does that look like? So we end up with some... Should I do it this way around? Because typically what I would do, I actually do a thing where I basically sort of misalign them, as it were. So if this is plastic, and what I do is I connect these across, and then you have I won't connect that up for the moment, and then that's all connected together, and we bring coal in. Here, oops, like this. Got in the wrong place. Yeah, and we can put power poles here and here. Yeah, and then so the coal's coming in here, and then we would have the plastic outputting there. So I can't actually put that there, can I? I need to move it over by 1. Unless I... No, I need to move it over. I really like the designs of... so the sort of artistic sensibility of the game is diesel punk. So sort of a dirty, jerry-rigged together, dirty, style, oily and filthy. And I think it's very effective. It's very effective for the sort of set, I can't think of the word. It's not not really story, but the setting of the game, I guess. You know, this idea that this engineer has crash landed on the planet. Oh, there's batteries done, so we'll do accumulators as well. Oh yeah, I know, actually, I normally put these here, don't I? That's right. So we get proper coverage. And then we take the plastic sort of out and round. So that's going to be on the outside, and that'll, yeah, so they're both on the inside. I need to get rid of these trees. Okay, so we can expand that a bit. So I know you need coal, don't you? I could probably take all of the coal. I don't know that we're going to use the coal for anything else. Let's pop some lights on. So that's plastic. If one chemical plant, I probably overproduced there. So we want 1.5 advanced circuits per second. These take 6 seconds to craft each. So to do 1.5, I would need 4. So if I overproduce, then that's going to give me a nice stock of advanced circuits. So if I actually make 6 machines making advanced circuits, they're going to go on one side of this belt. So if I put them, where's a good lining up spot? There we go. Put it sort of there. Actually no, I'm going to need it put it there, aren't I? Because it has 3 ingredients, I think. Is that lined up? So say if I make 6 of these, so that's advanced circuits. It's got 3 ingredients. So we need another one to come up there. But what we can do, we can make that in line effectively. So this would be. So this is the copper wire being made. What's the other thing it needs? It needs green circuits, doesn't it? So we can output the copper wire, input it there. So we need copper coming in here. Let's just pop that there. So this is going to be copper coming in. And then that'll be copper wire going. Oh, I need. That'll be copper wire going out. And this, therefore, needs to be green circuits. So if we do something like that, and then take this where? There maybe? And put that up there. Oops. Yep, so, oh, that's going to be the wrong side, isn't it? So I actually want to do that. So then we connect the copper up. Oops. So this is my favourite part of the game, just building stuff. So I want some more there, don't I? So this is giving us this stuff. Wash, 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 wash. Power this up. So that's electric energy accumulators, and Should I research anything else? I could research something like a flamethrower, because we'll be able to start making... oh, it now uses crude oil, does it? Okay. I wonder if they've effectively rendered light oil and heavy oil redundant. So that's producing copper cables. These are, because these actually require quite a lot of copper cables, don't they? So every second they're going to require 4. So I think actually I do need 2 machines doing this. And I need to output these somewhere, don't I? So this is the stuff that I'm going in with. So I can just plop, oops, this here. Okay, let's get ourselves some turrets. I'm rather surprised we've not had any biter attacks. I know I've been clearing them out of the pollution cloud, but I thought we might get... Oh look, that might trigger one. I thought we might get an attack from expansion. You notice this gap here. What's happened there, I think, is that now that we're... So it was thumping out pollution because of our production levels, and when we added all those furnaces, etc., etc. And now that we put the solar in, and production has sort of dropped off because of the mall's filled up, we're effectively producing a lot less, well not effectively, we are producing a lot less pollution. So you end up with this thing where, you know, this was the spread from our original pollution cloud, and now that it's a smaller cloud, you end up with a gap. And because there are trees in this bit, it's stoking up the pollution quicker than there. So you get these weird gaps in your pollution thing. So advanced oil now. Oh, that now... Huh? Oh, it enables solid fuel and cracking. But why would you do this now? You do it because you need light oil and heavy oil, I guess. But what do you need those for? I'm just wondering what they're used in now, because everything seems to be petroleum. I know heavy is still used as lubricant. Here we go. So that's still heavy oil. But is that it? Because this is all... Because explosives is... well, it's one of our things here. So that's coal and sulphur is of course made from petroleum. Okay. Yeah. So it gives me... I can extend this, you see. I mean, because I'm producing loads of plastic, you know, more than I need sort of thing. So I've got the chance there to extend that quite a bit with no real issues. Because we'll need red circuits in quite a lot of things, and I can just increase this chain and, you know, split it off basically. Take it from here. Perhaps add it to the, you know, the bus basically. Oh, along there maybe? Something like that. What else do we need? We need engines. How many engines are we going to need? So a single engine. So the blue recipe requires 2 engines out for 2, for 12, yeah. So basically we need 1 engine a second. To make an engine, this is going to, I think this is going to be our blocker. I think this will be our throughput limit. Because 1 engine takes 10 seconds to craft and requires all of that stuff, and I don't think we're producing that much. But we'll give it a go. So I'm going to plop in one of my little, whatchamacallit things, to grab some plastic for personal use. Don't really need a lot, as it were. It's just you'll sort of be able to come and grab some. And red circuits similarly, but I'll need a filter inserter, won't I? So I'll set a filter inserter here. Oh, I need to put a light on that as well. I don't need to, but so I'll set this to red. red, and single stack. Okay, so blue science should be being produced now. Yeah. So you see how these haven't got engines yet. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So there's a blue science coming through now. How many have we got stacked up here? Can we do a blue science research? No. That was obviously our first couple of packs. Okay, so where are we? I could put some of these solar panels down. Some more of them. I can also make batteries now, can't I? Batteries, which require iron plate, copper and sulphur. You make sulphuric acid from sulphur. Yeah, let's plop some more of these down. See if we can't get it to a state where during the day it's able to power it by solar panels. So I said I was going to use this area for petroleum processing, if and when I do that. So if I do another do a bit of a gap, see if, just in case I need a bit of room. What did I do? Oh, they should be next to each other, shouldn't they, like that? And it's them that can be separated. So that's all of the solar panels that I picked up in. What's that doing production-wise? So we've obviously doubled from there, basically. So where that was 6 meg, it will now be about 12. Which probably won't be enough to fully power our entire base. So let's see if we can't get that to be the situation. Some turrets down, obviously, because I'm me. Okay, let's pop some lights in. So how's this doing on power? Yeah, so that's now meeting all of our power demand during the day. So it should reduce coal demand, and our pollution cloud should actually shrink a bit, except for when we go to our mall and sort of stock up on stuff, which is what I'm going to do now. And we're close to the end of an episode. What do I want to do? Because what we need to do is make accumulators, really. But now that we've got blue science, we could do some of these, and military science, we could do some of these buffs, basically, rather than any of these things that would give us yet more stuff to produce. How about we do this and then grenades kill trees in a single hit? So, we need to make accumulators, don't we? To make accumulators, we need batteries. To make batteries, we need sulphuric acid. To make sulphuric acid, we need sulphur. So, let's do that. Let's make them on this side. So, let's make a bit of space. So I want to put them here, and we'll take it down again to there. So this is... Oh no, batteries need to be made in chemical plants, don't they? I normally do my thing with batteries where I misalign them. Actually, do I want to make... If I make sulphur, am I going to math this out? I'm not sure I can be bothered. If I have a couple of machines making sulphur, which I output in that direction. So, leave a gap. If that's making sulphur, what else does it need? It's just water, isn't it? Oops. Leave a gap. Kill trees. Okay. If those are sulphur, then this needs to be sulfuric acid, which, as noted, I can do my thing with. You don't need a lot of stuff at all of these, really. I say, which is why I can't be bothered to math it out particularly. Boom, boom, boom. Let's do another buff one. So, what? Shooting speed, maybe? No, let's do flammables. Just because it's the lowest one on the list. It's horrible noxious yellow thing coming out. It's producing it, but it's stuttering because this isn't really able to feed in both all of the sulphur and the iron, but that's fine. It's a relatively low volume that we need. What I will do, provide a bit of buffering. I'll put a tank in, and this is just here to sort of act, as I say, as a buffer really, so that it'll fill the tank up. Basically, there it is. Let's put it. Yeah, it'll fill the tank up, and then there'll be, you know, sort of constant supply. We'll need to put a pump on it though. So what are we trying to make? We're trying to make batteries. What do batteries need nowadays? They need iron plate and copper plate, as well as sulfuric acid. So we've got the sulfuric acid, we've got the iron plate, and we've got the copper plate. So we just need to connect everything together. Where am I going to put the actual accumulators? I just like with the solar panels. I just want sort of a couple of accumulators doing some business, but I don't want to block needing to add more batteries in case I need them. Just do it again. Still not actually using blue science for any of them, because what do actually accumulators need? They need iron plates and batteries, and that's all. So there's iron plates on there. So if I can just get them batteries, we're kind of sorted, aren't we? So, this tank's in an annoying place. Who put this here? So this is our accumulators. We could also have the So if I bring the batteries across this gap here, where was that pump? Let's pop the pump there. So that'll just build up like we've been doing before. You know, it just slowly builds up a supply, and then we'll use them later on. Sulphuric acid is working hard because it's filling this tank up. As you can see, it's 14,000, and it's not actually being used particularly quickly at all. You do use sulphuric acid in other things, blue circuits in particular. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. We've put some progress in. Actually, let's have a look on our inventory just quickly and see what anything we should be making as well. Because we've started making accumulators for power. We've got what we need of those being mass made. I mean, red circuits, you know, we could bump the production up of them. We will need a lot more, but that's a later problem. In fact, that's a point we could make some flamethrower ammo, couldn't we? Just quickly, as a sort of capper to the episode. That's going to be slightly complicated because our steel is over here and our oil is over here. So really we need to be getting our steel over here maybe? Or, I mean, what I could do, I could just do a cheaty, because we just need, for flamethrower, I'll just make a flamethrower. All we really need is, you know, enough ammo for ourselves for the flamethrower. So we might as well just do so it's not really cheaty, but not really cheating. That in there, that, and then this, and then we'll have a couple of boxes, and on that, oops, wrong way around. So this then will cap at, say, 2 stacks. So that's flamethrower ammo, so we need steel, so I'll just manually put some steel in. And basically, because it's 1 to 1, oh no, it's 5 steel, crikey. Why does it need 5 steel? So if I want 200, then I have to put 1,000 steel in. Who's balanced that recipe then? So I can just go and grab some from the furnaces, can I? That seems a ridiculous amount of steel. So that's 500. Bonkers. So this is our flamethrower. Should I show you a flamethrower in action? So what you do, it creates a sort of a jet. Like that. Just hits space and it fires it out. And this burns, it's like napalm basically. Well, it is napalm. You can fire it underwater as well. Look at that. Which is true, napalm does float on water because obviously it's a petroleum product. And basically, so when the biters come in, you slap them with that. They're basically very little resistance to fire. So it's kind of one of your ultimate weapons for dealing with them, because they have very little resistance to fire. But basically, once we've got like a stack of 100 and sort of 100 spare, that's probably all we'll need for the entire game almost. It's more useful really in flame turrets for defending ourselves basically. Excellent. So, what do we want to do? We could do some of these smaller researches. We get modular armour going, because now we've got red circuits. We can build ourselves a modular armour. Yeah, I think we'll do that actually. So our plan now, or my plan now, is we need to produce the materials that we want to use for our bus. Okay, and this is currently looking favourite for where we want to put the bus. And essentially I therefore need to go out and do a bit of exploring and see what this really looks like, and then sort of set up for the bus, because where we need to get to before we really go and make that is to have robots. So to make robots, so robotics leads to construction robots, there we go. They need green circuits, don't they? Okay, so we don't need blue circuits to do any of that. So that's our target basically, getting robots up and going, because we'll then produce a shed load of robots and use blueprints basically to lay out the base, build that for us, and then we can start actually producing things at the proper scale that we need to be launching rockets basically. That's the long-term plan. We've done quite well this episode. So if you've been watching, I hope you've enjoyed it and consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus, this has been Factorio. Thanks for watching.